So we're all trying to save money these days, right? I want to talk to you about 4 different ways you can save money in your business that may be a little unique, maybe other people aren't talking about it, and maybe you should look at them. Hey guys, Abby Johnson here with Matterhorn Business Development. Here at Matterhorn, one of the things I do with my clients is I focus on profitability. I do this by implementing the Profit First cash management system, but usually along with Profit First and assessing pricing and all those other good things, we also have to look at expenses. It's really easy to say, well, let's just increase our revenue and we won't have to think about it. Or I'm going to negotiate with my main vendors and suppliers, which obviously you should do. But I want to talk about some other areas of the business that maybe you haven't looked at and see if maybe we can find some savings that way. So the first area I want to talk about is merchant fees. I could probably make a whole separate video on this, but I will give you the shortened version here. Merchant fees are going to be dependent, obviously, on your merchant provider, your point of sale system. It's a very complex system that I think they make complex on purpose. I have had to navigate it before, and it can be a very frustrating thing to go from your merchant to your middleman to your machine, and there's a lot of moving pieces. But the point here is that your merchant fees, some of them are dictated and they can't be moved, but a lot of it is based on risk of your transactions. So if you are a company that's doing a lot of card not present transactions, meaning you don't have the actual physical card to swipe or insert or tap, then you are being charged a higher percentage there. Maybe that percentage is only 0.5% to 1%, 0.8%. Maybe it sounds small, but if you're a $3 million business, that can be a lot of money. So one thing I would definitely advise is take a look at how you're receiving credit cards. If you have techs out in the field who are just writing down credit card numbers and then taking them back to the office to process them. First of all, it's not very secure, which is why you pay a higher percent on those type of transactions. So it might actually be worth getting them card readers out in the field. The other thing you can do with your merchant fees is hire a company such as Merchant Advocate. I know there are other companies out there that do this, but they'll actually take your bills from your merchant and go negotiate for you. So because these are such complex systems, they know what to look for and how to go to your merchant for you and negotiate things. Usually this is a service you don't have to pay up front for, but they will take a chunk of whatever they save you. So if they save you $1,000 a month, they might want $500 a month of that savings. So something to consider where you can have someone else go in and negotiate those fees down for you. Another great saving money hack that I love and I have implemented in my personal life is Amazon subscriptions, or really any type of subscription. If there's something in your office or in your company that you are using on a regular basis, most vendors have a subscription option now. There is Amazon. Amazon has Amazon Business, where you can get deals. But personally, I put a lot of my personal life expenses on subscription through Amazon, and I'm saving an average of $60 a month because I have these things coming automatically to me. So on the personal side of things, this is like shampoo, toothpaste, protein powder, the water filter for my refrigerator that I need to change every 6 months. I can set it to get shipped to me every 6 months. So not only is it easy because you don't have to think about it, but it saves you money. So this can definitely be brought over to business if you need the same ink cartridge and you seem to go through it about once a month because you're doing a lot of printing. You could put that on subscription if it is a better deal than where else you are buying your ink from. So obviously you have to look and compare prices, but I do like the subscription model. It can get a little sketchy. Don't go too crazy and start buying or putting things on subscription that you aren't actually going to use. But if you know in your business you need these things every month because the business is going through them, think about putting it on subscription and getting a discount there for that. All right, the third way I want to talk about saving money, I'm going to combine them a little bit because it's the same thought process, but this is your supplies and your shipping. So when I was in charge charge of purchasing at a former job, I found that Staples and Office Depot and Quill were all pretty competitive for our business, as well as UPS and FedEx. So I had reps from these different businesses coming to me and trying to get me to send our business through them. So for example, I think we used to order exclusively through Office Depot. We had a certain discount and whatever. And then a Staples rep came to me and said, hey, give me your bill and I'm going to beat it and give you better discount. So I gave them our Office Depot bill. They showed us that they were going to give us better discounts. If I ordered 10 packages of paper at one time, I would get like 3 for free or whatever it was. And I switched our purchasing from Office Depot through Staples and we were getting more discounts that way. The same goes for shipping. We were shipping out large packages every week. We had to sometimes overnight things to clients. So we had a pretty big shipping bill and we had just always used FedEx. That was just what the business had always known. But a third-party shipper came to me and said, hey, we can give you better rates if you ship through us and use our discount through UPS. So I did the same thing. I gave them our FedEx bill and they showed us the savings and then we switched over to them and I was able to save very significantly by shipping through them. So I'm not saying that Staples is best or UPS is best or a third party person is best. My point is if you are ordering a lot of supplies like boxes and boxes of paper and lots of, you're in a bigger corporate setting maybe, or you're doing a lot of shipping. Obviously, if you're in e-commerce, there's all kinds of hacks there, but maybe you're not e-commerce and you aren't thinking about, oh, well, I'm shipping these parts every month to clients or customers. Go to the competitor of whoever you are with and see if they can get you better rates. If they do give you better rates, you might be able to take those to your current provider and say, hey, Staples is going to give me this discount. Could you give me this discount? But the point is you can negotiate with these big guys and kind of use their competitiveness against each other to get you better discounts on your supplies and shipping. The last way to save money, I don't think many people are talking about this, but this is in your payroll and with your employees. And I'm not just talking about going and firing and laying off people. I'm talking about, are you fully utilizing the people you have? So let's say you have someone who's working 40 hours a week. Are they actually at full capacity for those 40 hours? Or maybe really there's not enough work for them, so they're kind of like dragging their feet around 5 hours a week. Well, what could you do to actually fill those 5 hours a week? Or maybe you need to take their hours back and say, hey, look, I only have 35 hours of work for you and I can only pay you for 35 hours. So that's something to look at in terms of, are these employees at actual capacity for their work? And then if they are at capacity, what is their efficiency level? Do you need to be putting in some systems and automations to help them do their job faster and more efficiently? If you have an appointment setter for a salesperson and they're having to manually enter everything into our CRM, that's probably taking hours of their time, where you could just set up Zapier to automatically do it for you. And that would save hours of that appointment setter's time and give them more time to go get more appointments and get more sales. You see what I mean here, right? So take a look at your employees, make sure that they're actually using the full time you're giving them, and see how you can help them do their job faster and more efficiently. And then of course, if you have overtime, which is very expensive for you as the employer, try to take an assessment of that and how you can rearrange schedules to minimize that overtime. So I hope that these were helpful tips for you, something to think about in terms of how to save money in this crazy economy we have going on. If you need help understanding your numbers and don't really know why you're making a lot of money and there's nothing in your bank account, please schedule a free profit assessment with me. I will go over your numbers with you and give you an exact plan that you can walk away with and implement. So click below to schedule that. And of course, make sure you check out our channel sponsors, MetaPulse. They are what I use to track everything in my business so I know whether an activity is profitable or not profitable. So make sure you go sign up with them today. I'll see you next time.